Hello, welcome to episode 438 of Prog, and today you just have to use your imagination. I'm talking about Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart and his magic band. Now, I thought I'd do this because I managed to annoy so many people with my The Cardiacs review. I thought, well, let's upset some more people. Let's really piss everyone off. This album was released way back in June the 16th, 1969, and it's the third studio album by Beefheart and the Magic Band. You know how Beefheart got his name? He's his uncle, apparently. This is an apocryphal tale. His uncle used to get his cock out and squeeze it till the head of his cock used to be purple, and he'd say, "Look at that, son, looks like a big old Beefheart." And that's apparently how the name came about, and that's how it stuck. It's a charming image. Yeah, I mean, I got this album. Someone sent me this album many years ago. Somebody via the King Crimson discussion site I run or don't run, just let it drift. They sent it to me as a gift, and it's because they didn't want it. So they gave it to me. And then I think I gave it on. I think I passed it on. Ripped it. Oh, so everything that comes in gets ripped and put on the old server, on the old array, and it's I've been thinking about it. I listened to it this morning. I've listened to it a few times. I don't want people to think that I'm dismissive of albums, but I was thinking about it today. I was trying to think because it's there's a lot of references to American music, of Delta blues and whatnot, and writing. Some of it's almost like beat poetry, but skewed. And you got to remember that Captain Beefheart, Don Van Vliet, was a school friend, contemporary of Frank Zappa, and now things start to make sense. Why I have an analogy to this. But I listen to it and I can hear what they're trying to do. I hear that it's there's polyrhythms going on and there's lots of play happening there. But I don't find it amusing. I don't find it particularly funny or engaging or musical or again, it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak my language because it comes from American source, and so that alienates me. Then there's what appears to be a complete lack of musicality, but it isn't. It's deliberate. It's all a deliberate act, because again, Beefheart wanted it to sound that way. So you got that going on. So I was thinking about it. I was thinking, well, you know what this is? This is the Americans' equivalent of Piper at Gates of Dawn. Because where Barrett was experimenting with all sorts of weird things and referring to literature, children's books and whatnot. There's kind of parallels there. So I was thinking but of course it doesn't have any of the charm of that album. So what you get, it was a double album back in the day, but they squeeze it all onto a single CD now. It covers a lot. There's psychedelic rock, art rock, improvisation, avant-garde, experiment. It's everywhere, but it's all very, 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 very much to the left. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. I don't find it amusing. Whereas I find like when bands like the Bonzos do similar things like this, which are a little bit, out of tune and askew, Three Mustachioed Daughters or Music for the Leg or things like that. It amuses me, it makes me laugh, because I know it's meant to be funny. And also it speaks from a frame of reference that I understand. There's a cultural connection here. I feel nothing. It does nothing to me. I feel nothing for it. Again, I made a video where I said about albums I could live without. This is on that list. And people often go to me, we put Trout Mask Replica on that list. Now, if you like this, fair dues to you. I imagine that you often, when you're getting romantic with your other half, you often slip this one on and, to set the mood. in what context would you listen to this album? That's the again contextually. You wouldn't listen to it to relax to. You certainly wouldn't. Again, and because I don't find it funny, I have a trouble with a lot of Zappa's music. I don't find it particularly amusing. I find it puerile. There's that level of juvenile stuff going on there. I just don't get it. I mean, again, and it's that I always worry it's the Emperor's New Clothes. The Emperor's New Clothes, because someone says it's cool, because I know John Peel says it's cool, everyone's got to go, yeah, that's cool. Whereas if I put an album out like this, everyone go, look at what that arsehole Darren's done. He really can't play. He really doesn't know anything about music. There'll be other people that say, well, you're not listening to it properly. I had that with the Cardiacs album. So I wasn't listening to it properly. Instead of using my ears, I should have been using my arsehole. I think that's what they were trying to say. I don't know, but again, this is what you get. You get with people is you're not listening to it properly. You don't understand. No, I don't understand. But I'm not pretentious enough to pretend otherwise. Oh, I understand this music. Blah blah blah. I can see where it's coming from. I like avant-garde music. I like stuff that's a little bit left field, but I like melody. I like. And I like polyrhythms, and I like, some of the stuff, the more left field stuff I cover, this should fit in with that. But I don't know, there's just something about it that I just can't stand. And then there's Beefheart himself. Apparently he was a complete see you next Tuesday. I'll let you work that one out for yourself. And didn't pay any of the musicians that he worked with, and took undue credit here and there, and was pretty nasty piece of work. Beat them up, drugged them, made them work for free, and was like I say, not the kind of guy you want to mess with. But then and then he blames it on his paranoid schizophrenia. Or was it just a real carefully controlled and refined act? Who knows? To me, it always smells a bit, I always get with, excuse me. I'm back. Should we do an unboxing? Let's unbox something. Here we go. It's The Hobbit, Battle of Five Armies, extended edition. And that completes my trilogy of steelbooks. Been looking forward to this one. So anyway, back to this. A bit out of puff because I ran up there. Where was I? I've forgotten where I was at. Don't keep the doorbell in. That's so unprofessional. That was one of the Cardiacs who criticised my particular technique of filming. Me. I like to keep everything rough and ready. That kind of grates as well. I don't. Most artists are difficult. Look at me. Use me as an example of the difficult artist, Excuse me again. I've just edited that out. That second box wasn't important. It was a surprise for someone else, so I don't really want to put it on here, just in case they find out. Enough said. So anyway, so I have a real. If overnight, if there was a button, if I could press a button, and all the copies of Trout Mask Replica disappeared, I think the world would be, well, I don't think it had changed the world. I know they say a lot of people have been inspired by the record, and you know it tops the most inspirational albums of all time lists all the time. But personally, I don't get it. But like I said, I'm probably listening to it the wrong way. You know what I'm like. I've got cloth ears. I just got it the wrong way. But I do like the album cover. I like the album sleeve. I think the album sleeve's pretty cool because it says what it is on the album sleeve, isn't it? Yeah, it's got it all there. And again, the funny thing, listen to it today, is even though it's not an album I listen to a lot, I remembered a lot of it. It was stuff that, even though I've only heard it maybe the fourth time I've heard it, it went in. So that's kind of a testament to it. There's a stickiness to it. It does stick. But maybe because it is disturbing, maybe because it is from that far side, maybe it is because it's from that part of the psyche I don't want to particularly want to engage with. I don't want to go there. It's again, that's a personal thing. I like the idea of keeping hold of my mind. That's why I'm not a fan of Barrett's solo work. Tying this in with Barrett. Tortured geniuses who are losing their mind. I don't know. It always sometimes smacks of exploitation, and I don't know. But with this, again, if you like it, that's great, fantastic. I commend you for having patience with it. Maybe again, as some of the Cardiacs people have said, give it 18 years and you'll like it. Maybe with this, I've just got to give it another. Let me see. Was it 2015? I've got another 5 years to go with this one. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on Trout. I'll get right in it. Teeth back in. It's all the bells ring. All the doorbells ring all the time. They always deliver at this time. I'll have to change the time I do my reviews. Where was I? It's all gone to pot. It's all gone to pot, and I hate it. I thought I had control of the situation, and then everybody keeps ringing the doorbell. I don't know what the hell's going on. Where was I? I've got to give it a rating, yeah. In terms of a rating, even though I really don't like it, even though it disturbs me, and it's not an album I'm going to go back to, I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this 2 China Pigs out of 5. That's 2 China Pigs out of 5. I understand its place in the pantheon of rock and or roll. I understand that. I understand why some people may get something from it. But it's just not for me. It's just not for me. And again, a lot of that comes from its cultural sources. I can't relate to. And some of it becomes because some of the musicality of it, or the non-musicality of it, really doesn't sit well with me. I like melodies, and some of it, this weird off-key stuff. It's like, again, it's old grandpa. Get those kids off my lawn. I can't. I don't understand why you'd want to make this kind of music. I don't understand it. It doesn't. It's not clever. It's not smart. It's not clever. Though some people say it is. I don't see that. And that is why the world is a beautiful place, because we can all like or dislike different things. We don't all have to like the same thing. I might say something that you don't like, but that's no excuse for you to jump on me. And this is, again, a lot of the crap that came from the Cardiacs fans out there, who all seem to have very small testicles. They're all really very, very uptight. I'm allowed to not like things the same way as you're not allowed to like things, and the same way you're allowed to like things I'm allowed to like. May we all be different. But you come here to be entertained. You come here to see what this fat fool's got to say every day, huh? That's why you come here. You come here to go, oh look, he's had it again. What a fucking arsehole. Look at him. Look at that arsehole. He's got it all wrong again. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. I'm here, as I've said before, to distract you from your impending mortality. Just taking your mind off it before you feel the cold, clammy hand of death on your shoulder. And on that bombshell, we will end there. And I will say thank you for tuning in. I've been talking about, imagine it, Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart and his magic band. And thank you for stopping by. It's gone on a bit. I've gone on a bit. It wasn't meant to. It's all the interruptions, and I've lost me flow. You've got to have your flow, ain't you? And again, thank you everyone, one and all, even the ones who don't like me. Thank you. Remember, when you thumbs down, it's the same as a thumbs up. It's engagement, and that's what YouTube like. They like engagement, and that shows, and that pushes me up. It don't push me down, it pushes me up. Oh, you don't get it. You don't get how it works. It's all about engagement, and when you do that, it's the same as that. Hey. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to thumbs you up. Oh yeah, I'm going to thumbs you right up. Prog on.